How's it going, everybody? I just figured I'd make a quick video and let you guys know how my weekend went. Let's see. I worked my overnight shift, got off, loaded up the car, loaded up the dogs, and we took off and drove about 6.5 hours or so. Got to our destination. Was pretty tired. Took probably about a 4 hour nap. Hung out with the dogs and couldn't stop thinking about looking for rocks. So we went out probably about 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. We went out, and within 10 minutes, Einstein started chewing on some grass or something, some type of plant, and started choking. So obviously, my attention went right to him and that, and wasn't really able to focus on on rock hunting. So I ended up getting kind of upset because, I mean, all that time and energy put into going out there to do that. And then one of my dogs is a hurting unit. So I was pretty upset. And unfortunately, the dogs could feel that I was upset. And that didn't help matters any. And of course, then I start beating myself up too. And I was just kind of moody after that. Einstein got something stuck in his throat and just couldn't get it out, man. And in fact, he's still kind of having a little issue, I think, with it. And it's been like today's day 3. He's getting better. He's eating, he's drinking, he's breathing fine. But it's kind of like there's something stuck in there. I'm gonna give it today, and if he doesn't continue to improve, then we'll get him into the vet and see if they can't scope his throat and see if there's something in there. So anyway, so then I ended up spending like another hour looking for some stuff, letting the little ones run around. The two little girls, they were running around having a good time. Nobody around, so they were just had total freedom, and they were smelling all kinds of smells they never got to smell before, and just having a great time. There were like a couple little 4-pound billy goats jumping up and down off of these boulders and stuff. It was awesome. I don't know if I got any footage of that. I don't think I did because I was just so upset with Einstein not doing so great that I wasn't even thinking about filming anything at that point. So we ended up taking off and going to my folks' place, and my dad could see I was, perturbed and visually upset. And I think part of it, he thought it was because I wasn't finding any cool rocks. Well, it wasn't it. It was just I was worried about my Einstein. So he ended up getting a hold of a guy for me that has a bunch of fossils and just all kinds of really neat stuff that he has found out near where I'm been looking for some stuff. And so he took me over there, and man, this guy had spent his life, finding just really cool fossils and dinosaur bones and agate and just all kinds of weird stuff that you don't normally see. So we got to go and do that, and that was really cool. It took me out of my bad mood and got me thinking straight for many different reasons. And that guy, his name was Jack, and Jack's grandpa had built this petrified wood park. So he had a lot of experience around petrified wood and agates and dinosaur fossils and fossils of all kinds. And what a really great guy. I mean, I thought he looked like he was about 67 or so, and shoot, the guy is 79, 80 years old. Just a sweetheart of a guy, man. He was so happy to show me his stuff, and I felt bad for taking the time away and told him I really appreciated it. And I think he was happy that someone else was interested in the same types of things he's interested in. So that was super cool. That was super cool. And anyway, so Einstein's issue continued on. So instead of hanging out and spending more time exploring, we just ended up getting like a 4 or 5 hour nap in, and then came back home. Then, of course, I was still kind of a little bit still worried about Einstein. I'm always worried about the Einstein, but got back home and yeah, started working on house chores and getting some things straightened out around here. And that's kind of where I've been at with it. I've had this change in my thyroid medication, and I haven't been putting much content out. And I realize that, and I need to start working on that a little bit more. But a lot of it, I think, is a time issue. You know, I do everything myself. I'm the cook. I'm the maid. I cook all my own food at home for the most part, and I stretch myself thin too. I want to get so much stuff done in a little time, and I just kind of stretch myself thin. So that's how it goes some days. You know, all feathers, not too much chicken. But yeah, so here we are. I'm gonna just got off work. So I guess I didn't finish. So anyway, so last night I was getting some stuff done during the day, so I didn't get to bed like when I normally do, which is around noon, 1 o'clock. So it was about 4:30, and I got a text from my boss, I guess you call him, and uh, and asked if I would come in an hour early or two, and I was like, well, I haven't had any sleep yet, and it's like 5 o'clock now, and I usually get up for work at 8, so I had 3 hours left to try to get some sleep. I told him I'd come in an hour early and hung up, and I was kind of out of it. So I called him back, and I'm like, well, can I come in 2 hours early? And I just stretched that. I didn't even get any sleep yesterday at all. I just pushed through and did my 11-hour overnight shift, and just getting home from that. And so that was pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of myself, be able to push through that. Figured it was easier to do that than it is to try to take a nap and then be all grumpy and whatever else, the type of stuff that happens when you only get 2 hours of sleep, right? So it's just better for me to push through, I think. I got a whole chicken I'm going to get going here for the dogs. I'm going to throw it in the slow cooker with some chicken broth and let that cook while I sleep today. And they'll get a few nice meals out of that. And yeah, I guess we'll get that done. And we got Snake's hydration box cleaned up yesterday, and the mouse cage cleaned up, and went and picked up some more mice for Snake. Put the 4 new mice in with the 2 mice that I had, and one's kind of big, and she was kind of bullying them around, so I had to separate her out. But yeah, I guess. It is what it is. That's our daily check-in today. I just wanted to get some content out, kind of share a little bit about my weekend, and I guess the other thing was too, I guess I forgot to mention was, so I went to get a park pass, an annual park pass where I was at, and they didn't have any. They were out. Can you believe that? State Park didn't have any annual park passes to sell. I guess that's good. But anyway, that's going to do it for me today, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.